been a couple of weeks since I moved in, not even actually, probably about 10 days, and the room is pretty much finished. There's a couple of things I still want to do, but I'm really happy with it, so I wanted to show you guys what I had done and how it's come along. It's so different. Like, I showed it to one of my roommates and he was like, did you knock down a wall? Like, how does it look so much bigger? And that is the magic of my mother, who is just some sort of magician when it comes to making places look more spacious. So I suppose I wanted to share some of my favorite things in the new room and some of my key tips and how I achieved it. When I first moved in and when I first saw the room, I was not overly thrilled about it, I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, the guy who was here before didn't keep it in good nick. It was pretty neglected, it was dirty. I had to come in and like scrub the entire room out a couple of times, and it was a bit of a downer, to be honest. It was only when we really painted it that I could start to see what it would look like. Excuse our face. So this is gonna come off. It's in like the most ridiculous place ever, but I do have a fireplace, which at first I hated, but now I kind of love. So I want to make that more of a feature. Sexy red gloves. This was possibly the grimiest, dirtiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've actually improved it, believe it or not. It still looks gross, but it needs like a second wash. I just wanted it to dry. Oh my god, just so disgusting. Why are people so gross? This is unsalvageable. How? I don't even know what that is. I don't want to think about it too much. Sprayed like, I think there's gum stuck to the floor here, which is nice. So I'm just trying to fix that. The walls are so dirty, but it's not really coming off with what I've put on it, so I might need to leave it for now and figure that out. This is the dresser that I hate. I just don't like pine. It's not my thing, so that's going. These are some of my dirty rags. I want to keep that still exposed. It's a pity it's so in the corner. If it was in the middle, it'd be a lot easier. Over here, where all this shit is, the bed is gonna go. It comes in line with this here, so it won't block the door. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. It has good high ceilings. Just got a light shade. I need to put that on my list. But yeah, there's so much to do. When we first moved the bed, we discovered a ton of damp in the room, which was, I mean, look, it's an old house. These things are gonna happen, but that was kind of disheartening. So it got fixed really quickly, and now it looks perfect. And I'm you know, making sure that I'm making efforts to just like keep it as aired as possible, so that that doesn't happen again. It was painted like this beigey color, which I think ages really badly. It can look really kind of old or something, or like stained after a while. I personally think the fastest way to make a room look bigger is to paint it white. So we painted absolutely everything white. The ceiling, the walls, repainted the frame of the window just to freshen it up and make it look a lot cleaner and a lot bigger. And so that made a huge difference. The thing is, the room has really good bones. Like, it has, I love the window, which actually I'm looking at it now and I need to clean it. I'll do that later. But I love the window, like those windows you can lift up or down and just let the air in, which is especially good because it has been hot AF these last couple of weeks. I've been dying, and this room like gets a load of sun, as you can see, so I've been hot in here. And then the fireplace, which I originally was pissed about, it now is one of my favorite features in the room. So just goes to show what I know, really. I also made sure that a lot of the furnishings and things were white as well. So all my bed sheets are white, the bedside locker here in front of me is white, and the piece back here, the dresser, is like a kind of grey color, but it's quite toned and muted. If you have dark furniture, it's going to make a place seem darker, so that's quite muted in here as well. And then all the kind of accents of colors that I have, like you'll see this really cool Atlas. This is actually a sticker from IKEA on my wall back here. That's in grey. My curtain is grey. I have like a grey shoe rack here on the back of my door. My laundry basket, which I'll show you, it's grey and white striped. So a couple of accents are in grey, and then other than that, a couple of other accents are green. My mom has passed this on to me, this love of having plants in a room. I think it just makes a room kind of come to life. So I have a couple of plants in the room, a couple of little cacti and succulents, and then also some prints from IKEA, which are really, really nice and super cheap as well. One of the key features in the bedroom was the fireplace, which when I first saw it, it was hidden behind the guy who's in here before me had like a desk in front of it. I don't know how, because it has a ledge and everything, but anyway, he had a desk in front of it, so I didn't even know it was here until I came into the room after I had said I was moving in and taking the room. And I came in and I was like, what the hell is that fireplace there? Because I had planned to put a wardrobe there. So I was really pissed off when I first saw it. I was like, for God's sakes, now I have less wall space, like what the hell am I going to do? So I actually don't have a wardrobe in this room at all. It's actually out on the landing in the hallway of the upstairs. It's fine there, it fits perfectly, it's not in anyone's way. It's not ideal. Like, I wasn't thrilled about it at first. If you've seen one of my videos on my IKEA wardrobe, my last room, I had like a beautiful big wardrobe with like overhead storage, hanging space for like ball gowns and all sorts. I had drawers, I had a whole shoe drawer, I had a shoe wall, I had everything. I had absolutely everything. And now I have like this little wardrobe out in the hallway, which isn't ideal. But I actually love the fireplace now. I know, I lost my wall space, my wardrobe's in the hallway, but the fireplace is just so pretty and it's so unusual. It's really like an old school feature that you don't get to see a lot anymore. So what I've done is I've put a couple of candles in the actual fireplace, and then I've made a feature of the mantle. So I've got some of the little succulents on there, my favorite candle, and some prints on there as well. I do eventually want to add a round mirror that I've seen online in Southern Green on there, and I'm definitely pronouncing Southern Green incorrectly, by the way, but I'll link it down below so you know what I'm actually talking about. The only problem with this room, well, this rented accommodation, is that they don't want us hammering any nails into the wall, which is kind of limiting. So that's why I got this sticker here for the wall, because it takes up some wall space. I just think the room would look really, really blank without it. So the mirror that goes on the mantle, it'll have to be one that balances on the mantle, and I'll have to secure it in some way. One thing I did do is I got this long Billy bookcase, this tall one here. And the reason I did this is because I really wanted to utilize the height of the room. It's actually quite a tall room, there's quite tall ceilings on it, and I felt like just having a chest of drawers or something shorter would have not worked very well for this room. That bookcase was nearly the death of me. If it had not been for my cousin Sinead, I would still be here trying to put it together and like crying. Back to being carnage, taking this out. There somewhere, and I'm currently sitting on my new wardrobe thing, which is gonna go here. It is 1,000,000 degrees today. I'm so warm. Okay, and I know I said earlier I'm not allowed to screw things to the wall, but basically what happened is I built the bookcase. That was all fine, I did that by myself, I did that really quickly. IKEA furniture does not scare me. Follow the instructions, you're good. Built the bookcase myself and had it up against the wall, and that was fine. And I was like, I won't need to screw this to the wall. Put on the doors, and the doors are glass and they're pretty heavy, and that was fine. And then I opened the doors and basically the bookcase like tipped towards me and I was nearly squashed like a bug. So it became pretty clear that I had to screw it to the wall. I will do, you know, polyfill the whole thing and paint over to make sure it's perfect and it's fine. But oh my god, screwing things to the wall is just so stressful.
I may need your help lifting this, I'm not gonna lie. Is that loud?
Yes, please. Good now? Or? She brought me a gin and tonic to drink while I'm making my furniture. I didn't even know if we had a drill or any of that kind of stuff. Luckily, one of our roommates had all that kind of thing, so we found the drill, but then we couldn't find the drill bits, and then we found the drill bits, but then we didn't have any plugs for the screws to go into to like grip the screw to the wall. So then Sinead randomly found some plugs, so that was great. So we tried screwing the first one into the wall and the plug wouldn't go the full way into the wall, so we have 4 plugs and we had 2 left, so we were like, okay, let's just move on and try and do another one because we had destroyed 2. So then we got the second one in perfect. It like went in like a dream, screwed to the wall, perfect, amazing, cool. Then we were in the 4th and final plug trying to do the last one, but then we just kind of, to be honest, just like jimmied it around and made it fit. So it's screwed to the wall with one really good screw and one not so good. So yeah, what I'm like have my camera on now is my bedside locker, which I wasn't wild on the handle of it. I don't know if I'll change it or not. It's fine for now, but it's actually really handy because at the back there's a little cutout where you can put all your wires. So I actually have, coming through this little slot here, I have my phone wire and my laptop wire, and it means that all my wires aren't jumbled around. They're just behind that bedside locker and they're not disturbing me at all, which is really good. Some of the stuff on the bedside table, so I have that print with like the leaves on it, which is really nice. This kind of coppery colored light, which is from IKEA as well. I've got one of my favorite scented candles, which is Diptyque Vanilla. I have not had a good run with this candle because it has, in my last room, it let off a lot of black smoke and stained the wall, and I had to paint the entire wall again. So I don't burn it anymore, I literally just leave it there, but it's scented enough, it's fine without burning it. This little box here that I have my sunglasses in, it's a really like cute way to display my sunglasses. That is from the place that I can't pronounce, Southern Green, and it's really handy. I really like it, and it goes nicely with the lamp as well. My curtain is actually one individual curtain, again from IKEA. It is way too long. I need to cut it up a little bit, which I will do another day. I just haven't got around to it, but it's just one single curtain because the window is really small. It doesn't need the full curtain, so I just decided to just use one, and actually we've already found a purpose for the second one. It's going to go down and be part of our garden redecoration, which I will obviously show you once I do it. I've got this really cute black hanging basket as well, which I love. I haven't found a plant for it yet, so I just have this fake leaf from IKEA again in it until I find like a proper plant for it. And then I have this other plant here, which I really like. I had it in my old room as well, and this stand is super cute. It's from Sisters Southern Green. I really can't pronounce it. It's kind of like a grey duck egg blue. It's just a nice way to like feature a plant. My linen is from the Linen Company, and it is amazing. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. Like my first night in the bed, I was just like, oh, so good. So I got fresh linens. I also got some sheets from Next, and I would definitely recommend going in there if you are somebody like me who has really sensitive skin and can sometimes suffer from like hay fever or allergies. They have hypoallergenic sheets, which are really good, so definitely go in there, and they're good value as well. So I got a couple of those, and actually I got new cushions as well from IKEA again. I mean, IKEA does it for me. Third IKEA trip. Look for more. It's never ending. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, in my Billy bookcase thing, I have some of the Scub, I think they're called Scub boxes from IKEA. Now, the Billy bookcase is not deep enough to fit those boxes, so you may notice that the doors are like sticking out a little bit. The main reason why I just got them, because I was like, I just need something temporary until I find out tiny enough boxes, is just so that all my stuff wasn't totally out in the open, especially like my underwear and stuff. So I did find these really cute boxes. They're like baskets on Crate and Barrel, but they cost quite a bit, so I'm like, I'll hold off for now. I can deal with the scub for the time being. And then on the back of my door here, I just have the shoe carrier, so there's not a ton of room in my wardrobe to put shoes, and I don't have a lot of floor space in this room, as you can see. So I decided to get the grey shoe holder to put on the back of my door. It's really super handy just to be able, especially in the summer, just to be able to like grab, you know, a pair of sandals. Sandals is the word I was looking for. God, I'm not with it today at all. Oh, and my light shade is just a plain white light shade from IKEA. So many things from IKEA. Another tip for, you know, trying to make a room seem bigger is play around with the configuration of all your furniture. I didn't think that the furniture would fit the way that it is now. I just didn't think it was possible. But once we kind of moved things around, we saw that actually it was gonna work. I have toyed with the idea of getting a narrower bed, not a single bed, but a 4-foot bed instead of a double, but I think I can live with it the way it is now. Don't forget to play with the proportions of the furniture in your room, so play with the dimensions and the heights. So I didn't want everything to be a lower height, because then it was going to make the gap between where the furniture ended and the ceiling seem a lot worse than it actually was. So what I did was I got the taller bookcase to draw the eye up, and things like the hanging basket help because it draws your eye to a higher point of the room as well. And I actually saw this on Queer Eye yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, I've done that, yay. It's to hang the curtain pole above a good bit above your window, and that way it draws the eye up, which is brilliant. So when I saw it on Queer Eye, I was like, yes Bobby, I'm doing it. I think this room is just really nice now. I actually really love being in it and sleeping in it and just enjoying it as a room. It's fresh and it's bright and it's so nice in the summertime. Like, it's really sunny and airy. There's still things that I want to do to it, but on the whole, I'm really happy with it right now. Okay, you guys, there you have it, how I transformed this small little room into something actually livable, and some of my tips on how you can do that too. I will try and leave some of the stores down below, and if I can find the products, I will. I always say that and then half the time I forget. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment if you have any other top tips on how to, you know, trick the eye, make a room seem like it's not a tiny little box. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.